All right, I'm back at one of my favorite places on the planet, Paloma Lake. I was here a year ago, last March, and had just an incredible fishing experience. Caught a ton of really big bass. Well, the bass have only gotten bigger in the year since then. As you can tell, it's a foggy morning. The kayaks are right there. I'm gonna use one of them, but I gotta go load it up first. Man, I'm excited to get this trip started. All right, I'm currently heading in the direction, I think, of where I had some pretty good success, or really good success, last time I was here, but it is so foggy. I mean, I can't see anything. I can't tell where any bank is or anything. I'm just flying blind, and it's easy to get turned around in the fog and heading in the wrong direction, so we'll see. Gotta hit some kind of bank eventually. These kayaks are part of the package. Staying here at Paloma, it is a private lake. I'll show you some of the facilities later. I say it's private, it's open to the public. You just got to pay for access, but it's not very expensive. It's surprisingly reasonable. I'll put a link in the video description so you can look up the website for all the pricing. I have no idea where I am. I may be going in a big circle. No idea. This lake is a long baseball throw from the Mississippi River. Of course, Mississippi River in the spring loves to get foggy. All right, I'm starting to see what looks like a bank or an island maybe. Might as well make a few casts. I've got this buzzbait tied on. It's really not a buzzbait morning at all. Despite the overcast, it's cold, 50 degrees. It's been a chilly April for us. I can't even see this thing. Well, I don't know what this is. Doesn't look like an island anymore. Not sure where I am. All right, no sniffs yet on my beautiful buzzbait. I'm not surprised. I'll give it a try again in a minute, but I gotta figure out what they want. Make a few casts with this SP57. You can see the sun's coming up. Seems like this fog is kind of starting to burn off. You know, bass are a remarkable species of fish. This lake is absolutely chock full of them. I discovered that last year when I fished here. Just insane action, some really big fish. But I've been fishing hard all morning and have not gotten a bite. Super bluebird, dead calm still, and very high pressure. Just goes to show you that bass are not gonna bite under those circumstances, even though, believe me, tons of fish are seeing my lures. They're seeing what I'm throwing at them. So I'm gonna slow things down a good bit. I'm gonna throw this Joe baby. It's a Z's tackle product. I've thrown this in the marsh. I've caught some redfish, bass, even speckled trout on this thing. I really like this bait. Let's see if Paloma Lake fish like it. There's a fish. There's a fish. Oh, that feels like a good bass. Goodness, that feels like a good fish. Oh, he's down in something now. Come on, get up. Oh, goodness, he's got me. Oh, he's still on there. Well, let's give him some slack, see if he can swim himself out. Yeah, he's still on there. Keep thinking that he got off, but he's still on there, definitely. It feels like a really good fish. I had him up top for a second. Oh, goodness. He is wrapped up in something. Oh, yeah, I can feel it. I don't know what he's wrapped up in, but he has got it good. Man, I hate to lose this fish. It's a good fish. I can still feel him on there. He's just wrapped up. I tell you what, if it was summer, I'd go in and get him. I've never had a fish wrap up this badly. I might literally have to cut this fish off, which I hate to do because I think it's a good fish. He's still on there. He's definitely a good fish. I just don't know how he's wrapped. He's not hooked in whatever's down there. I can feel it. Dadgum. Oh, there we go. Now it broke. Oh, yeah, it's a good fish. That's a good fish. Look at that. All right. That's why you come to Paloma. All right, beautiful bass. Look what he was wrapped around. Glad we hooked you well, bud. All right. All right, we're gonna let this guy go. All right. Go ahead, dude. There you go. There you go. Now he's swimming down. He was exhausted. You know, he was stuck on that for a while. Even with the action slow, it's super exciting fishing a place that probably holds double-digit bass. I think the lake record's up around 8 pounds, but the lake managers think there's some double-digit fish in here. Actually, they're running a contest. First person to catch a double-digit fish, I don't know, gets their next visit discounted, something like that. I'll put the details in the video description. Actually, I think they're running a few different contests, so check out those details in the video description. You know, for me, most of my bass fishing is done in the marsh, where I'm really just fishing, and I happen to catch bass. And of course, in the marsh, I mean, a 2-pounder is a really nice fish. Well, in this lake, 2-pounder is forage. And you can see how calm this lake is. I mean, it's like a mirror. Just really, really tough bass conditions. And you can see a fighter jet from the Belle Chase Naval Air Station, and there you can see a ship in the Mississippi River. All right, this is kind of a broad point we're on. Got 3 bites on it. Landed one of the fish, barely. So I don't know if that's kind of a pattern or if there's just some fish holding in this particular area for some reason, but there is another point right over here. So I think I'm gonna pedal over there and check it out and see if there's some fish holding there. Yeah, let's go check it out. All right, here's another point. It's actually got bait on it. Definitely like the way this looks. See if it's got bass on it. Definitely got an alligator on it. That gator's coming to pay us a visit. Get out of here, dude. Get. He's definitely not afraid of us. Get out of here, dude. This alligator will not leave us alone. We'll go fish that other point. We'll let him have this one. I'm not really afraid of alligators. I just don't like an animal that size running all over the water I'm fishing. Although in the marsh, I frequently catch fish right next to alligators. I don't know, it always just feels like the fish should leave. Something that big that does eat fish, you would think would absolutely scare them. The temperatures are definitely getting warm, and we do have a little bit of wind, not much. It's under 5 knots, but it is blowing a little bit, unlike earlier. So hopefully things will start picking up. Ooh. Look at that. Look at that. Something had my claws or tail or whatever you want to call it on my Joe baby. What color is this? This is Zematoma. Zematoma. It's a black and blue. And that was a good hit. I don't know, it may have been a really small fish, I don't know. But he smacked it. But you never know, it could have been a big fish, it just had the claws. You never know. And just like that, our wind died again. It's dead. This is such a good looking shoreline. You see all the brush on it. It's loose enough to fish, but thick enough to hold fish. There's a fish. Oh, there he is. He was out. Oh, that's a good bass. Hopefully we get him. That's a good bass. About the size of the last one, I think. Oh yeah, real good fish. Beautiful fish. He hit it twice. Hit it once, dropped it, and hit it again. Oh, no, he's smaller than the last one. Still a beautiful fish. Might be, let's see, might be 3 pounds. All right, come on, dude. I don't have a net, so we're gonna have to do the lip job. There you go. All right, yeah, nice fish. He's over 2 for sure. Not sure he's 3, but he's over 2. On the Joe baby. On the Joe baby. And we weren't gonna lose him. Oh, crap. Man, you hooked well, dude. Glad to see that. All right, nice chunky fish. Very glad to have caught him. And there he goes. The bites are definitely picking up, which you kind of would expect. No doubt no doubt, 100%, the weather was the culprit this morning. Beautiful morning. I mean, beautiful morning to be outside. Calm, cool. Oh, look. Oh, shoot, missed him. Too busy running my mouth. I got one of my claws. That might have been a brim. Man, I'm gonna run out of these Joe babies. Getting quite a collection down here. Yeah, I've only got about, how many left? 3? Four left. Definitely proven to be the hot bait. This place is just absolutely awesome. I mean, just such an incredible fishery here. I mean, it's been a slow morning, of course, but now the conditions are improving, so is the fishing, expectedly. So over there you can see the big lodges. Those are super nice. I'll see if I can get in one at the end of the day, show it to you. If you're a little more budget conscious, there's those glamping cabins that we fished near earlier today. Kind of like roughing it, but not like tent camping. Nicer than that. That's when you want to get away from it all, stay at a beautiful place, and have access to world-class fishing, which this definitely is. And as you can tell, it's dead calm again. The wind's supposed to be out of the south today, which would be blowing toward those lodges. Once that happens, I think the fish will pick up even more. Ooh, there's a fish. Goodness. Oh, he threw it. Oh my goodness, that was a nice fish. He tagged it. Wow, so awesome. Kind of one of those deals where you definitely want to land the fish, but just getting that ferocious tap, setting the hook, that's the fun part. This lake is all catch and release, in case I didn't mention that. I don't know why you want to come here and harvest these bass, but you can't. It's all catch and release. They are trying to grow double-digit fish, and they're definitely going to succeed. There's no question about it. Just a matter of when. I wouldn't mind catching one today. That wasn't one. It was a nice fish, but it wasn't double digits, that's for sure. Believe me, if I had one that big hooked up and he got off, I'd probably cry. Now you see this PVC right here. There are PVC hotels all throughout this lake. Many of them are marked with crab trap floats, but there are more on here than what are marked, for sure. Now my last trip here, those were the key to the bite. So far today though, it seems like the fish are on natural wood. I love fishing those PVC hotels because they're really forgiving. You don't have to worry about your hook getting buried, you know, unlike wood. But they don't seem to be on them today. And if you come here, they may be on them, so you definitely want to fish them. Last time I threw an SB57 around them and just had a field day. Just bumping the crankbait into the PVC and they would smash it. I tried it a good bit today, but didn't have success. Now, of course, that was earlier when the fish really just weren't biting. There's a lovesick bullfrog. Somewhere very close. Something else took the claws off my Joe baby. All right, I think I'm gonna go take a little midday lunch break. And when I do, if I can get one of those lodges, I'll show it to you. All right, I'm gonna show you one of the lodges. Wait till you see how nice this place is. And here's the back deck overlooking the lake. All right, lunch is over. I've made a little bit of a change. I've got this Zimmer swimmer in California 420. Really like this bait, and I was just sitting here getting everything set up, and there's a lot of activity going on now. Definitely the wind is blowing. It's blowing 10 or 12 knots now. I'm kind of fishing into it. It's a little challenging in a kayak, but I'm not complaining, believe me. I'm definitely more optimistic now that this weather is, you can't say improved because the weather was absolutely spectacular this morning, but it's improved for bass fishing. Fortunately, the kayaks here are all pedal kayaks. Well, they're all pedal kayaks. All the ones I've seen are. I definitely prefer that. I've got a Hobie, This is a Jackson. I've only used the Jackson twice, both times here, and actually I really like them. Unlike the Hobie, they do have a reverse. You just pedal backwards. That comes in handy. Also, you do actually pedal, whereas with the Hobies, you just kind of pump your legs back and forth. See, there's a lot of grass on this shoreline, but I'll tell you what, man, the bites today have been around wood, period. Period. You would think that grass would hold a few fish, but today at least it's not. If you're not fishing wood, you're not getting bit. There's a fish. God. Oh, goodness. He was running with it. All right, well, positive development. I gave him forever. I'm throwing in all this brush, so you kind of got to make sure every hit is a hit and not just a limb. I should have had that fish, though. Of course, it is a little harder setting the hook than a kayak. Something got my tail. Something got my tail. I mean, probably a brim. If I was in the marsh, I'd say it was a crab. But I suspect it was not a crab. I tell you, it's good to get brim bites. It just shows everything is getting more active. That fish I just missed a second ago, that was not a brim. That was definitely a bass. I just missed him. Missed a few fish today. Have not executed well. But you know, you tend not to execute well when the fish aren't really feeding, right? When they're inhaling the bait, taking it deep, you hook most of them. But when they're just kind of mouthing it, they don't even really want to feed, but they just can't pass it up, you miss a lot of them. And I've only felt a couple of hits today. Most of them are just, the line's just moving off. Or I go to hop the bait and it just feels spongy. Ooh, there he is. Oh, he smoked it. You gonna get off like all your buddies? Oh, it's a good bass. That's a good bass. He's pulling me to the shoreline. Look at this. Yeah, oh, beautiful fish. Beautiful fish. I don't even care if you get off. Go ahead, I don't care. Oh my goodness, that's a beautiful bass. Oh, yeah, he's in, that's a tank. Come here. Look at this fish. Look at him. Look at this bass. Oh, on the Zimmer swimmer. What a fish. Look at this fish. I think that's a 5. I think that's a legit 5. That's a big bass. Next time I come here, I got to bring a ruler. I got to measure these fish. Oh, my goodness. What a beautiful fish. So happy to catch this thing. That is just a big old beast. It's a big fatty. Go ahead, little girl, get out there. Go make babies. Make some more babies, although you're probably done for the year. But make some more next year. What a great hit. I tell you what, a fish like that just makes your day. Absolutely awesome. So glad to catch that fish. Things have definitely changed here. It's now, what time is it? 12:24. We've got this southeast wind blowing, just a different feel to the air, you can just tell. And these fish are definitely turning on, no doubt about it. It was slow this morning with that high bluebird, really cool temps. It was in the 40s when I got here this morning. Not in the 40s anymore. It's definitely upper 70s, maybe low 80s. And these fish are turning on. I love it, love it. I'm telling you, this place is magical. I mean, obviously that wasn't an 8-pounder, wasn't a double-digit fish, but it was a big bass. I don't catch bass like that in the marsh. It's just so exciting being here with that knowledge. Every cast, you could get an 8-pounder. You could get a 10-pounder. That's what makes it cool. When you feel that tap, you don't know. Could be a double-digit fish. Could be the fish of a lifetime. And even if it's not, I mean, I've caught bigger bass than that 5-pounder, but still, absolutely awesome. No, it was 5. I think it was probably upper 4s. It was a really, really big fish, but you know, she spawned out, of course. So, you know, they're not in their best physical shape in this post-spawn environment. They're kind of exhausted. You know, they go weeks without eating. When they're pre-spawn, a lot of their energy goes toward those eggs, and they're just kind of exhausted at this point in the year. And those of you who are regular anglers have probably noticed I'm fishing straight braid, which I absolutely never, ever, ever do in the marsh. I was fishing a fluoro leader this morning, and I had a really nice bite, really good fish. Set the hook and my line broke. And taking a look at this water, it's really stained enough that I don't think that the braid is hurting me at all. I'm fishing dark baits, definitely feel like that's helping with this stained water. This California 420 is a really good dirty water color. Water's not dirty, that's the wrong word to use, it's just stained. Now that fish, I definitely felt hit. I mentioned earlier, a lot of my bites haven't really been bites. They've just been kind of mouthing the bait and just moving off with it. That one hit it like he wanted it. He hit it like a marsh bass. Actually hit it like a redfish, to be honest. He smoked it. It's a good thing I don't live here, because I'd probably never get anything done. It'd be hard not to do this every day, all day. My wife would probably throw me out. But one of those glamping cabins, that'd be plenty enough for me. That'd be all I need. All right, the clock has run out on me. I gotta get home. I hate to leave this place. This is such an incredible fishery. Bite was definitely slower than the last time I was here, but the fish were really, really nice. And as I mentioned, it's just special knowing you can catch the fish of a lifetime on any cast. And in addition to first class accommodations, this place also has a ton to keep you busy. A volleyball court, cornhole, bocce ball, swimming pool, undercover cooking area, just a lot to do. And you know, it's in Plaquemines Parish, so it's in the heart of great marsh fishing. It's a great place to come stay, maybe fish the marsh a couple days, fish your own private lake a couple days. Just an amazing place. I will definitely be back. I love it here. Well, hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Also subscribe to the Marshman Masson channel on YouTube. If you wouldn't mind, share the video with somebody else you think would also enjoy it. That always helps. And until next time, if we don't see you in the marsh or here on this lake, we'll see you right here on Marshman Masson.